All right, Jaguars, 49ers. Duval. Or should I say, keep my name out of your mouth? That's what Liam Cohen was saying to Robert Saleh after this one as the Jags roll 26-21 in San Francisco. We said it on the pre-show. On the preview show, we said, put some respect on this Jags team. It's a damn good football team. And they showed it. I thought they showed it in this one. The overhits, or actually the underhits, right at 47.5. It was right at 47. But the Jaguars now move to 3-1. What's your number, JP?
My number is 4. That is the turnovers forced by the Jaguars defense. They lead the NFL with 13 takeaways. This is the first time that the Jaguars have had all these takeaways since 1997. The Jaguars are 3-1 for the first time since 2018.
Whew.
I kept saying before the season, I was emotionally hedging against this team being good. I'm finally letting them in. I think this team is good. I think this is a good football team. And the reason is this defense is awesome. Like, it's awesome. And it's not just the fact that they're forcing turnovers, because, turnovers, they're sort of fluky. One was a drop pass by Christian McCaffrey that, we'll get to the Brock Purdy-ness of it all later, but there's tip pass, there's a fumble, although the Jaguars are putting on a clinic with the peanut punch. Both fumbles. One was a recovered by the Jags. The other was a McCaffrey recovery before the strip sack to end the game. Dennis Gardeck, who has been awesome in his time as a Jaguar, comes in, peanut punch, clear as day. Like, it is clean, teach tape. Then Foye Oluokun comes in, peanut punches against McCaffrey. McCaffrey recovers it. But even outside of that, this team is playing so much faster and so much quicker to the ball, which you wouldn't expect because last year Ryan Nielsen had them playing a lot of man coverage, which you would think have them be more aggressive. But this defense is playing on a string so much better. They're communicating a lot better. Devin Lloyd is looking like an all-pro. Like, he's playing incredible. He had one of his best games of his career against the Niners today. But you're just getting contributions from all the little guys on this team, all the others. Josh Hines-Allen was great today, was up against Trent Williams, so the numbers don't look as huge. We had a couple nice run stops. Trayvon Walker went out of this game for a long time with a wrist injury, but Emmanuel Ogbah made plays. Eric Armstead was good in his return to San Francisco. You had, again, Foye and Devin Lloyd making plays. Dennis Gardeck was good. And it's just this defense playing the way they are in the first 4 games of the season gives me a lot of hope moving forward, because there's still stuff that's sort of left on the bone for them. They're still working on getting pressure without all the blitz looks. We said the turnovers aren't necessarily going to travel. We're still trying to figure out if Travis Hunter is going to play full-time offense or defense, or if you're going to try or incorporate him more on the defensive side of the ball. I don't even think he played that much defense in this game. I think he had maybe a couple of drives. But the fact that this defense is playing so well right now, and there's still another level to be hit for the Jags defense, is really encouraging.
Yeah, this start, Liam Cohen, we said it when he got hired. It was my favorite hire of the coach. Him and Ben Johnson, I thought they were both fantastic hires. But, like, for what the Jags I thought we're going to get, like when Liam Cohen goes back to Tampa and he says he's committed as the OC there, to then getting him was such a turnaround for this franchise. Such a breath of fresh air. The way this running game has been transformed seemingly with all the same players. Like, they're doing nothing different. They got nothing different up front. Patrick Picari, they got different up front, and they are rolling on the ground in a way that they just never did in the Doug Peterson era. And then the defense, like, they always had some players. It felt like they always had guys. It always felt like they never had a defense. They never had a team defense. They always had individuals. You had Josh Hines-Allen. You had Tyson Campbell. You had Devin Lloyd. You had Trayvon Walker. These are good players individually. It just never felt like as a whole they came together and made anything special. Right now it feels like as a whole this team is playing extremely well. And then Devin Lloyd's just like taking it to another level. That guy is in the Pro Bowl to All-Pro mix with how we started playing through 4 weeks of the season.
Yeah, it's been incredible watching him play. And again, I keep saying the Jaguars are still a good team, and the offense still can't figure itself out. Like, the offense is still trying to – I don't think they've had a full drive this year without a penalty. which I think is insane. Like there was a point, I think it was leading into the missed field goal in the first half where they're right in the red zone. Holding penalty knocks them back. Then you get an illegal shift. Again, knocks them back even more. And now you're at the drive is stalled. The drive is done at this point. It's over. You're not coming back from a 1st and 25, So they're still trying to figure out the penalties, but you got Brian Thomas Jr. more involved. You actually got him the ball and he looked comfortable. I thought Trevor Lawrence looked good. There was a really weird play to end the game where he scrambles and it looks like he goes out of bounds and they call him out of bounds, even though he slid before he got out of bounds. But it's just like, don't give them that chance to say you're out of bounds before hitting Hunter Long for the touchdown. But even before then, they were playing really well in the passing game. And it just felt like they were pushing all the right buttons against the San Francisco defense. And that's even without the run game being as potent. I felt like San Francisco did a good job between the tackles, but this team found a way to win. This is not a game that the Jaguars would have won last year. And the fact that they won it this year is a reflection of the coaching and just the belief everybody has in each other on the roster.
Yeah, and the 49ers, they got to be kicking themselves because they shot themselves in the foot a good amount. I mean, they had 5 drops. Kendrick Bourne himself had 3, including a big one towards the end of the game on a 3rd down. You had the punt return touchdown that you gave up that I need to see Thomas Morstead's miles per hour because he was catching Parker Washington. He was catching up to Parker Washington by the end of that. He's 39 years old, Thomas Morstead, 49ers punter, and he could still roll. And then they need basically their players back. Now, obviously, you're not getting Nick Bosa back, but you need George Kittle back. You need Brandon Ayuk back. This offense is just going to be up and down. I mean, you're going to have turnovers. Brock Purdy's going to be throwing the ball the other team a lot when you don't have guys that get open the way that Ayuk and Kittle do.
Yeah, and I actually think even outside of the drops, I didn't think this was Brock Purdy's best game. I actually thought he was kind of bad in this game, and he kept sailing passes. The Christian McCaffrey interception, he sails it. Like he's trying to create and he overthrows him. There were so many overthrown like digs and middle of the field stuff. There was a 4th and they were going for it on 4th down and he sailed an in-breaker that was open. And it feels like he's either not healthy or he just doesn't have it right now. And there was a play to Demarcus Robinson. He goes up the ladder to catch this dig on Dagger. Andrew Wingard levels him. And I was like, oh, that's the hospital ball everybody has been wanting to try and say around the NFL for the last few weeks. Like, that's your hospital ball. But it just feels like Brock Purdy's sailing everything, and the margin for error for this offense is so thin without having George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, or the full weapons of the 49ers offense at their arsenal. Although I do think Ricky Pearsall is very good. He went out of the game a lot with injury. Jawan Jennings wasn't fully healthy. So it feels like the margins are really thin for Brock Purdy, and he has not really played to maximize those margins.
49ers, now they get a short week to the Rams on Thursday Night Football. That's going to be a big one in LA. Jags, well, they get the Chiefs on Monday Night Football coming up. Whew. Can't wait to preview that one. Can't wait to preview that one and see how aboard you actually are to this Jags train. Because you said you're aboard now. I want to see how aboard you actually are with the Chiefs traveling to Jacksonville and who you pick in that game. But we'll get to that one on Thursday.